Hey people of the VC, it's Andy Cloudy Marauder, and on today's 80s nostalgia trip back into my vinyl collection, I am going to show you what I have from 1980 itself. Bit of a groundbreaking year for heavy metal. New wave of British heavy metal had hit the ground running. For me, it's the most exciting period of heavy metal history that's happened, and even though it was a little bit before my time, you know, I've fully embraced it and picked up a number of things going forward. But 1980, out of all of the years in the decade, is the one I probably have the fewest number of albums from. So this will be a little bit shorter than the other couple of videos I've done in this series, but it's definitely quality over quantity, and no doubt you've probably already thought of a few that are going to pop up in here, but maybe there is some new as well. As usual, I hope you enjoy what you're going to see. I'm going to flip the camera over and go through the bucket of records. Again, this is not how I store my records, just how I have put them together for this series. And there's just one box to go through this time around. I think it works out at about 30-ish records. So again, when it's finished, let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me what your favorite albums are from 1980, and any that you think I am missing from my collection. I do have a few CDs, but I think they're all duplicates of what I've got on vinyl anyway. So talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Here we go. A to Z, the Witches of Berkeley, Witches of Berkeley. I'm not quite sure. I'm probably Berkeley. They're a one and done band, and they released their first studio album as a live recording. This is the first one of those that you'll see today. There's another one coming up towards the end as well. Good album. I like it. Nothing spectacular, but still good. AC/DC, Back in Black. There's nothing that I could probably say to convince you to like this album or not. You either do or you don't. But one of my favourite AC/DC albums. Second favourite, maybe, should we say. Aerosmith, Greatest Hits. This is one of my original 80s collection I had when I was a lad. Ice Comp. Angel Witch. Debut album. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, the first with Ronnie James Dio. Absolute classic. So this is a live album. I actually got this one for free. Someone sent it as a stiffener in another album and said that it was scratched and it was unplayable. But I played it. It is scratched, but it sounds pretty good. It's not bad to get as a freebie. This is live with Ozzy on it, though. Seem to recall that this, I think it's an official release, but it wasn't done with the band's support. So if you know more about that story, then let me know in the comments. This is a big record from my youth. I didn't own it on vinyl back then. I had it on one side of a C90, but I have vivid memories of being in sort of like a study hall at school and listening to this one. Just absolutely love this album. 10 out of 10 album for me. Superb. Frank Soda and the Imps. So this is what I got from Greg the Egg, Blackmore Rules as VCLT. I think he sent it as a bit of a joke album, but it's hard rocking and it's a fun listen. I actually quite enjoy that one. So I still got that in the collection. Gamma 2, the only Gamma album that I really get on with. I absolutely love that cover. I just think it's an amazing concept. Is it Ronnie Montrose? His band. Very good stuff. Ian Gillan. I've only recently jumped on the Gillan bandwagon. Kind of glad I did. It's pretty cool. This is Glory Road, and this one comes with the additional disc in it that's called For Gillen Fans Only, which is interesting. Listen, it's not so much live tracks, but there's some commentary from Ian Gillan between the tracks, which is a good fun listen. The classic Demolition from Girls' School, obviously one of the few female-only new wave of British heavy metal bands. Now, you knew this was going to be in there. I've got multiple copies on vinyl of this and on CD as well. So this is the original UK pressing, which I was incredibly lucky to get from Ken, who doesn't make videos but watches, and he very, very kindly sent me this. I couldn't believe it. It's the most unbelievable I think VCLT gift I've ever seen. This was a grail for a long time, and I was beginning to think with the way the prices were going that I would never see it. This is my original copy. It's a Fame UK 1985 repress. Still sounds really good though. This is a Dutch copy. I've got a whole video just on my Iron Maiden collection. So look that one up if you want to know a little bit more about these pressings. So this is a Dutch one, and this is the 40th anniversary picture disc. I've still got it sealed at the moment. You know, obviously I've got plenty of other playable copies. I've heard mixed reviews about whether this is a good pressing or not, so I've kept it sealed for now. I haven't bought it to sell it on later, that's for sure. Judas Priest, British Steel, absolutely fantastic album with the UK track listing, which is very important for me because that's the order that I know. Crocus, Metal Rendezvous, great early 80s Crocus album, very sort of raw, almost AC/DC-ish killer stuff. Magnum Marauder live album from Magnum, featuring mainly stuff from the first couple of albums. Michael Schenker Group, his debut album as well, amazing. I was very late to the Michael Schenker party as well, and I'm certainly caught up now. Motorhead, Ace of Spades. Again, I mean, there's so many iconic albums that came out in 1980 itself that whether you like them or not, I think you are probably well aware of them. So this is a Samson with Head On. This is with Bruce Dickinson on lead vocals, and there's Thunderstick on the front. Great new wave of British heavy metal. This is an original of mine from the 80s. I think it's probably an 85 or 86 repress as well, though it's on the Fame label rather than the Carrera that Saxon were on. Classic, and of course Saxon had 2 albums out in 1980. Strong Arm of the Law being the second one. Again, UK pressing. This is a gatefold. Scorpions, Animal Magnetism with this UK pressing. It has UK pressing because the dog is going for it. The US pressing, I believe, has the same back cover as the front cover. Now this is an album I have a number of copies with as well. So this is a Trust and a Repression. This is a French pressing, and if you notice, all the titles of the songs are in French, and they're sung in French as well. You may know Antisocial and Le Sex, which were covered by Anthrax around the sort of State of Euphoria time. Now I've got 2 copies of another pressing of Trust Repression. Now this is a Canadian press that Greg sent me some time ago, and this is the same album, but as you see, it's not only printed in English, but they re-recorded the album with the vocals in English as well. And then this is a UK pressing of the same album, again, with everything sung in English. If you know me by now, you'll know that this is one of my favourite albums from 1980. This is Tigers of Pangtang with Wildcat, their first album, with Jess Cox on vocals. This is original UK pressing. And then I also have a German pressing of that as well. This is the album. I've bought more copies of this album than any other album, just even the Iron Maidens, but I keep the Iron Maiden ones, and I tend to give, I've given VCLT for a number of people now with different copies of this one, but the UK pressing. So this is a German pressing of Wildcat. Second album that was recorded live, debut album that was recorded live, guaranteed no overdubs. This is Vardis and 100 miles per hour. I love this record. Really sort of captures the essence of the band. And finally, let's go on to some compilations. Here we have the Monsters of Rock. This is probably, was it the 79 lineup, or maybe it was the, oh no, it was recorded in August 1980, so it was the 1980 lineup. And we have Rainbow, Scorpions, April Wine, Saxon, Riot, and Touch. I've got a feeling Judas Priest might have been on this this bill as well, but they're not on this album. I might be wrong. Metal Explosion. This is a BBC Friday Rock Show compilation, celebrating the sort of explosion of new wave of British heavy metal. You can see who's on here: Samson, Praying Mantis, Trespass, Taurus, Angel Witch, Gillan, Money, and more. And these next three are pretty special, although one of them isn't an album, but I have to show them all together. The first is Metal for Mothers, one of the most famous, I think, metal compilations from 1980. You can see you've got Iron Maiden Sanctuary, that's a non-album version, Ethel the Frog, Sledgehammer, Angel Witch, the EF Band, More Maiden with Wrathchild, Toad the Wet Sprocket, what a name, Samson, Praying Mantis, and Nuts. Also that year we had a Metal for Mothers 2, Cut Loud. I love this album as well. I'm not familiar with many of the bands, but that's what makes it more special. You've got sort of Trespass, Easy Money, White Spirit. I think that's with Nico McBrain. Or was that Yannick Gers? One of the two. Dark Star, Horsepower, Red Alert, Chevy, The Raid, and Trespass. Trespass probably one of the best bands on here, killer stuff. And then this also accompanied that series as well. This is Mother's Pride. It's just a 4-track EP. Only 2 bands on it. Oh, there's 4. I thought it was only 2. Okay, so we've got Wild Dogs. Oh, sorry. Wildfire, White Spirit, Quartz, and Baby Jane. I think they were offcuts or tracks that didn't make the Metal for Mothers 2. Last couple, Precious Metal. It's more of a 70s hard rock metal compilation, with perhaps the exception of Tigers of Pangtang, Don't Take Nothing. The likes of Axe, Storm, Gillan, New England, Steppenwolf. You know, it's not the 80s heavy metal, even though it was released in 1980. And last we have Axe Attack. Is this a K-Tel album? Yeah, it's a K-Tel album, so the quality of this is pretty shocking, but it's got a good lineup on it. You know, Rainbow, Gillan, Priest, Girl School, Scorpions, Iron Maiden, Aerosmith. A good mix. I mean, it's an interesting comp to put on because it's not all necessarily one style of music. So there we have it. That's my 1980s collection, or 1980 collection. Let me know in the comments what your favourites are, or let me know what you think I am missing. Thanks for watching. Catch you again soon.